Well, thanks for joining me here at Retired Tranquil in Thailand, and for week 3 of the RAce Cottage build. This week the builder has been putting forms around the upright columns of the footings, and then we're able to pour some concrete. And today is Sunday the 5th of May, and they're now starting to remove the frames from around the columns. They'll then be wrapping them in plastic. So look, thanks for joining me. Been a busy week, lots going on. So join me for the rest of the video and see some of the action over the week. Cheers. So last week they finished the pads for the footings, and this week we're all about putting up the columns. It's been a long week, lots of manual work. So here they're installing rebar chairs on the columns to make sure the columns don't touch the formwork and the concrete pours properly to cover them all. I think we've got a team of about 8 on site currently. Working on this, so I think this was Monday of last week. Was preparing the columns with rebar chairs and then putting on the shuttering framework around all the columns. This is plastic formwork. A lot of manual activity to get these installed, around 33 columns. Once they're in place, they secure the bottom so the concrete doesn't push it out. And they put spikes into the eucalyptus poles around the base. So this is a diagram just to show where the columns are they're working on, just above the footing pads. Give you a perspective. And this shows kind of where the ground level will be on the bottom black line, and the top black line is where the house floor will be, is about 90 centimeter separation. The columns and pads are in the ground. They'll be backfilled to the ground level, and then they'll be built up to the slab level. And this shows a perspective of the black line of where the ground level will be once it's raised and backfilled. And then this is trying to show where the house floor will be. It's 70 centimeters above the side road grade. And there's, as the blueprint shows. So the columns need to match the blueprints, and they mark out each footing as to where the shuttering formwork is to be installed to make sure it's correct and accurate. Otherwise, building the house is not going to be square, straight, and meet requirements. Here's the engineer checking that the forms are in place against the string lines that have been set out according to the blueprints. All very professional in terms of the way this has been installed. So by midweek, only some of the columns had been formed up, and Wednesday was a Labor Day holiday here in Thailand, so there was no work going on. But by the end of the week, by Friday afternoon, the form work was all in place. And they braced all the forms once they were correctly aligned to make sure that they didn't move. So they put stakes in the ground and poles to hold up the frame and formwork. Here's the engineer checking the alignment again of the forms to make sure they're level. And just some footage of the bracing around the construction site. So just wander around with the camera a bit and had a look at their work. All seems very effortless, like people have been doing it for years. But to a layman like myself, it's all slightly confusing, but They seem to have it all sorted with survey equipment, string lines, levels, and being very accurate, double checking everything. So here's the engineer, once again, checking columns. As they put them up, he's going around to make sure that they match the requirements based on the string lines in terms of distances. Critical time to get these columns right so that the house walls and everything match the blueprints. But glad to see the professionalism and time taken to do all these things. So our CPAC truck has arrived. Most of the forms are in, and start delivering cement to go into the columns. Now, this part of the task is very labor intensive. The cement is emptied into a large drum, and then from there it's put into buckets to deliver by hand to each column and poured down. Yeah, I suppose in the West they'd probably use a pump and pour it to fill the columns, but here it's all done by hand. So it was certainly interesting to watch the process. The concrete was a very thick, viscous mixture, which was good to see. So the stones weren't going to sink to the bottom and leave a watery concrete mix on the top. They were certainly going to be distributed well. Look, according to what I'm told, it's a really good mixture. You'll see in the video that I have to scoop it out of the buckets in a lot of cases to get it to go down into the columns. So look, I won't narrate this activity. I'll just let you have a look at the process. The fellow in the kind of blue and gray shirt, he's the site foreman, and he was also, besides working, checking on a lot of the working methods of the staff to make sure things are going the way they should be. You can see him hand troweling some of the concrete out of the bucket there on the left. And there was a few columns still to be done, so most of them were pouring concrete. A couple of the builders were finishing off some columns. You can see him again troweling out the bucket, which, good to see that as opposed to a watery concrete substance. And also during the pours, they would tap the columns up and down to make sure that the concrete settled properly. So they managed to get the 33 foundation columns poured in the afternoon. It also started to rain lately in the afternoon, so it helped keep the temperature down. It wasn't heavy, so it didn't really affect the concrete in any way. You can see them tapping the columns again to get the concrete to settle properly. So they wound up completing the job, and you can see the aerial view from the pictures. A bit of drone image as well of the finished job of the pads and the footing columns complete. They'll be, once they cure up, they'll be looking to backfill the holes and level the site for the next step in the construction phase. And the final couple of pictures are just of the columns with the shuttering and the formwork taken off. So that's it. Until next week, thanks for joining me. Cheers.